Virginia wilderness, mountainous areas, and we're trying to survive. We as in me. You're the cameraman. You've got rations and shit, but not me. Chocolate chip? Ridiculous. Alright. Well, follow along with me as we're trying to survive the wilderness. My name is Gill the Flying Squirrel MacaBee. I've been in the Boy Scouts, I've run a mile in under 15 minutes, and I've got plenty of gumption. I'll be dropped off in an undisclosed location with a one-man film crew. He will follow my every move as I attempt to use my knowledge to escape the wilderness and find civilization. In this episode of Surviving the Wild. You cut that part out. As you see, it's somewhat of a deer trail that's been made here that I'm going to follow along to make it easier, going through the foliage and, in this case, sticker bushes. I'm trying to get around that and find a nice place so I can start a fire. That was better. I didn't fall that time. That's the thing about these hills. There's a lot of elevation as you go up them. Black bears will be my primary concern. Over 3,000 people each year are attacked by unarmed bears in Virginia. The number 2 killer behind black bears are heart attacks induced by the very sight of bears. And coming in number 3, Giardia. We're going to attempt to build a shelter here based off of all these fallen trees and stuff. I'm going to use it to my advantage. It's a shame all these squirrels have to die and lose their home, but I'm going to have a place to sleep tonight. There are a lot of different things to take in consideration when building a shelter. After surveying my environment, I've decided to go with my personal favorite, the Canadian Hobo Special. Alright, what I'm trying to do now is find more raw materials for my shelter. I'm trying to find some sticks. They're a little bit thinner than that. A little bit thinner than that, but thicker than this. So you just gotta kind of just stand back and really take it all in and look, because there's, you know, there's a bunch of sticks out here. It's the woods. And basically what I'm gonna try and do... Ew! Get here, come here. Get in close to me. Get in close to me. Ah, yes. This is a great find. Apparently there have been people here before, but by the looks of it, they probably didn't survive because they didn't finish the drink. And the real risk you run with a find like this is Giardia, and probably AIDS and hepatitis A, B, C, and D. Now, like I said, it's definitely a risk, but I'm parched. I'm gonna save that little bit for later. That is delicious. All right. Now, and another good thing about keeping this, cut the top off, I can save more rainwater, which probably doesn't have any diseases and junk in it. Now, let's move on up here. Oh, that's gorgeous. That's gorgeous. I think there's some water over there. I can't really tell, but I'm sure it's beautiful. Maybe I can head that way, maybe catch some salmon. It's Virginia. So, this is just gorgeous. Parched again. I found a couple good finds out there. I got some good pine cones for pine cone soup. And I found a pine tree. And let me tell you, I ransacked it. See, the pine needles make a great bedding, and of course the sticks for the shelter. Come on, let me show you the layering system of the shelter. Just want to put my pine cones. And as you might remember, I got a bottle. I'll put that with the pine cone. All right. Basically, what you do is the pine tags will serve as sort of like shingles. And what you do is you start at the top, right? And you just weave them in there like that. Fortunately enough for me, in this survival situation, brought a multi-tool. I never leave home without it. Even at the grocery store, I got a multi-tool. It's a great tool to have because it has pliers. What's this stuff? And it's got knives in it apparently too. So that's great. I've only actually used this twice. This situation called for pliers. Yeah, that's good. Now you start at the top. That's very, very important. I don't know why. This is going to be awesome. Now once I get enough pine tags on here to cover the whole thing, then I'm going to put leaves on top of that. And then I'm going to try and build a fire right next to it. Oh, this is looking beautiful. Got this. Oh yeah, weaving it in there. And then also, after I start a fire, oh look at that, pine cone. That's great. Put that with my pine cone soup materials. There we go. That's looking gorgeous. Now, what I was about to say is these pine needles can also be boiled in with the water to add a little bit of flavor. Which sounds pretty gross actually, but yeah, you don't have a whole lot of natural flavors here in the wilderness. That's perfect. I'm ready to move in. Now, what you do is reinforce this. Now it's time for the leaves. Now I'm not going to take weeds from under there because that's my bed. That's going to be great. Watch that good. Now what I'm trying to do is, I'm trying to find that water source that I saw up on the hill. I'm going to fill this bottle up. Then I can bring back to camp, boil the giardia out of it, have some pine cone soup. Let's go. Yeah. Fishing was a bust. I went where all the fish were, but they weren't there. So at least I could fill up my water bottle. And this water's cold. It's taking a really long time for some reason. I think this water's thick. Should be done by now. So I found this stuff all along the bank here, and it's perfect for starting a fire. Very dry, very flammable. Now I got my water, so let's go. Man can live months without food, but only hours without water. If I want to make it out alive, I'll need to get this water boiled and consumed as soon as possible.